Started here. Yeah. So good morning, everybody. Oh, so let's find ourselves in a comfortable seat. Right? Plant those sitting bones down into the earth. Yes, it is. Maybe bring the hands to the knees, close the eyes, and bring your awareness to the breath. Right? So I invite you to become the observer of your breath. We take like 17,000 breaths a day. We never think about them unless there's a problem. But today, this morning, let's think about them. Right? We'll donate them to our yoga practice. Right? So next inhale, let that inhale become as deep as you possibly can. And then let your exhale become as slow as you can. Letting out all that air, engaging the pelvic floor. Draw the belly button in towards the spine. Deep breath in, slow breaths out. Let's introduce a little bit of cat-cow breath. So on an exhale, we're going to round our spine, tuck our chin. Inhale, arch the spine, look up. Exhaling, rounding, tucking. Inhaling, arching the spine. Exhaling, rounding. Next time you're full of air, let's bring those palms up overhead. Press the palms together. Imagine lifting the crown of your head towards the sky. Deep breath in. On an exhale, we're going to forward fold. Wherever that brings you. Maybe the forearms come down to the earth. Or maybe you walk those fingers out in front of us. Wherever you are, we're trying to keep the length in our spine, right? May feel good to sway gently from side to side here. So one more deep breath. On our next, let's walk those hands behind our hips. Make sure the knees are close together and we'll lift up. Go ahead and squeeze the glutes. Let the head drop back and we're actively pushing down on that mat with our shoulders, our arms. And when you're ready, let's come back down to the earth and put the other leg in front. Inhale the arms up. Exhale to another forward fold. And maybe swaying from side to side. So let's take those hands back towards us. Bring them to our knees, and we'll create some great big circles with our upper body. You may find yourself moving in cadence with your breath, maybe inhaling on the way forward, exhaling on the way back. And when you're ready, let's switch directions. Okay, when you feel even, let's take a break. Extend both of those legs out in front of us. We'll take a seated mountain pose. So starting at the bottom, we want to flex our toes and spread them. Flex the knee, flex the ankles, extend the knees, engaging the quadriceps. The pelvis kind of tips forward. The rib cage rises straight up from the pelvis. The Crown of our head reaches towards the sky, but we tuck our chin. Not too much weight on our hands. Seated staff pose, right? This one you can cheat at if you like. Take one more deep breath. Inhale the arms up overhead. Pressing the palms together, and we'll take our forward fold. Wherever that brings you, maybe the hands come to the shins. Maybe you have peace fingers around the big toes. Wherever we are, we're leading with the heart. So one more deep breath. On our next, let's bring those hands behind us. We'll flex both knees, place the feet flat on the floor, and lift up to a reverse table. Squeeze the glutes. Lift the hips towards the sky, let the head drop back. So from here, can we take that left ankle and bring it on top of the right knee? And then we're going to bring ourselves right down to the mat and pull that right thigh in towards our heart. So let's reverse. Get out of that pose. Bring both knees straight in front of us. Inhale the arms up. Exhale to another forward fold, right? Maybe go a little deeper this time. If the hands go underneath the bottom of our feet. Pulling ourselves forward, pulling our heart forward. And let's release this pose. Come back to our reverse table, lifting our hips up to the sky. This time, let's take the right ankle on top of that left knee. And then we'll come back down to the earth and pull that thigh in towards our heart. And when you're ready, let's all meet in the seat. Let's inhale the arms up. Deep breath in. On our exhale, let's take this to a twist. Right hand to the outside of our left knee. Left hand goes around behind our back. And we're looking over the left shoulder, right? Now, while we're here, go ahead and explore the edge of your field of vision. Take this twist to your eyes. Option to deepen the twist by bringing the back of that right hand to the knee, and that left hand can kind of float around behind our back. Let's take one more deep breath. Bring our gaze forward, release the pose, inhale the arms up overhead, pressing the palms together. lifting up to the sky, exhaling, taking our twist to the other side. And if you want to deepen that twist, the back of the hand comes to the knee, and that right hand can kind of float around behind our back. Now allow your inhales to lengthen your spine, drawing the crown of the head towards the sky while we're looking over the right shoulder. Let's take one more deep breath. And releasing this pose, bringing our gaze forward. Let's take those feet in front of us. Keep the knees bent. Inhale the arms up. Deep breath in. On an exhale, scoop those arms underneath our thighs. Pressing our thighs against our belly against the thighs. Notice what that does to our breath, right? Makes it a little bit harder to breathe. And that's the idea. Right? We give some resistance to our diaphragm. And when you're ready, let's release this pose. Let's keep the knees bent. We're just going to start a tick-tock with those knees. Right? So the next time both of those knees are over to the right, let's keep them there. We want to create two 90-degree angles with the knees if we can. You can even put that ankle on top of your knee if that gives you any more sense of stretching. And we're going to turn around, face that space behind us. Coming down onto the forearms, maybe allowing the sternum to come down towards the mat. And the work here is to surrender. I invite you to notice what's going on with your breath as you're breathing here, surrendering into the space, letting gravity do its job. Let's take two more deep breaths here. Releasing this pose. Let's come back to our tick-tock. So when you find those knees over to the left, let's hang out there. And we could put that ankle on top of that knee if it helps. And then we're going to rotate around, face that space behind you, settling in, breathing. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here. Let's release this pose, bring our gaze forward. We'll meet in a seat. So let's cross our ankles, roll over our knees, make our way to all fours. Tabletop position. Making sure we're at the top of our mat, we'll take some cat-cow breaths. Inhale, arch the spine, look up. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the spine, maybe come up on the fingertips. Let out all that air. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Now, when you find yourself with that neutral spine, let's take our hips. We'll create some great big circles. And when you're ready, go the opposite direction. Okay, when you feel even, let's make sure we're at the top of our mat. We'll take that right foot and step it back. So the ball of the foot is on the earth. We're going to rock forward and rock back. Get a nice stretch in the bottom of the foot, the ankle, the calf, hamstring. So let's lift that right leg so it's parallel to the earth. We'll flex that knee and we'll pump that foot up towards the sky. So let's take that right leg, extend it back, push through the heel, reach forward with the left hand. Using those core muscles for stability. On an exhale, let's see if we can bring that elbow to our knee. Inhaling, growing long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, grow long. Let's do one more time. Elbow to knee. Inhale, grow long. Let's take both of those hands down to the mat. Let's flex that knee and see what we can reach back and hold on to. Now, if you want to challenge your balance while we're here, we can come up on the fingertips. If you have that bind, release it with care, and we'll find ourselves in our all fours position. Cat-cow breaths. And this time the left leg steps back. So we're going to rock forward and rock back. So let's lift that back leg parallel to the earth. We'll reach forward with that other hand. On an exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, grow long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, grow long. And one more time, elbow to knee. Inhale, grow long. Let's bring that hand back down to the mat. We'll flex that knee and we'll pump that foot up towards the sky. Get a little blood flow into the glutes. So let's extend that leg back, flex the knee, and we'll reach back and take a bind of some type if you have it. I like to hold on to my heel. Or you can hold on to the top of your foot. And when you're ready, let's release that bind with care. Come back to all fours. Let's take the knees, spread the knees wide as we can. Let the big toes kiss. And we'll settle into a child's pose. Letting out all the air and surrendering again into this pose, right? Now there's a variation to this child's pose. If you want to bring your knees together and kind of roll over them, sort of increases the intra-abdominal pressure just a bit more. You may find a release in your lower back as you do that. So let's flow from our child's pose to our dolphin. So we're going to reach forward and both knees. Exhale back to our child's pose. Inhale to dolphin. Flowing with your breath. Exhaling to child's. Inhale to dolphin. Exhale to child's. Inhale to dolphin. This time let's bring those feet down to the earth and push back to our downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal the feet, wag the tail, bob the head. We're spreading the fingers out, trying to spread that load of our weight across the whole of our hand. So let's let that right leg fly up to the sky. For a three-legged dog, you can give that ankle a few turns. If you want to flex that knee and open that hip. Trying to keep the weight even on our hands. On an exhale, knee towards our face, and then we'll step the foot between our hands. Back knee comes down to the earth, untuck the back toe, hands come up to that front knee. We're going to rock forward and rock back. See if we can get a nice stretch in the hip flexor. Next time our hips are forward, let's inhale the arms up overhead. We'll make a bracelet with our right hand, grasping the left wrist, leaning over. Let's inhale to center. Switching sides. Let's inhale to center. Let's open up to those cactus arms. Spread the fingers, elbows come back, shoulder blades pinch together and down, chin comes up. We're breathing into the uppermost lobes of our lungs, right behind the collarbone. On an exhale, let's frame that front foot. We'll straighten that front knee. Our half monkey. Now we can explore the range of motion in our ankle while we're here. Gently waving that foot from side to side. Now we can bring both hands to the outside of that extended leg if you like. See how that feels. So let's reframe that front foot. And we'll rebend that front knee. Place that foot flat on the floor. Both hands could come to the inside of that front foot. And we're going to open that right knee out to the right. So we're on the pinky toe side of that front foot. Now, if you're with me, there's a variation you might want to take. You take that back foot, bring it onto its side, and then shift the weight into that left hand and bring the right hand up to the sky. Yeah. Let's bring that back knee back down to the earth. Both hands to the inside of front leg, front foot. Let's frame that front foot. We'll tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, and we're in a runner's lunge. So we're on the balls of our feet, maybe rocking forward and back. Lunge twist. Let's shift our weight into that left hand. Take the right hand up to the sky. So let's reframe that front foot. And we'll launch off that back foot to our standing needle. So we're going to let that back leg come up to the sky and let our head come down towards our ankle. You can play with balance while we're here, maybe bringing one hand or both hands to the ankle. And from here, let's step back into our crescent pose. So the back foot comes down to the earth. We're going to keep that back heel elevated while we bring our arms up to the sky. Wagon wheel, opening up to the bent knee side. So left hand goes forward, right hand goes back. So let that back hand meet the front, and we'll shift our weight into that front leg as slowly as we can. Hands go wherever we need them for balance. Maybe the back foot comes off the earth, maybe not. Doesn't matter. Let's let that back foot meet the front. Inhale the arms up. Deep breath in. Exhale, slow motion swan dive, forward fold. Let out all the air. Inhale to a flat back. Look straight ahead. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to a plank. The top of a push-up. We lower our body down to the earth. We can bring our knees, hips, and belly down. Untuck the back toes. We'll push that mat away for upward facing dog. We'll make our way to our downward facing dog, however you get there. And go ahead and pedal the feet, wag the tail, bob the head. And this time that left leg is going to fly up to the sky. Maybe give the ankle a few turns. We can flex that knee, open that hip. Again, trying to keep the weight even on our hands. On an exhale, that knee comes towards our face. And that foot steps between our hands. Let's bring that back knee down to the earth, untuck the back toes. We'll bring both hands to the top of that front knee. We're rocking. So next time our hips are forward, let's inhale the arms up overhead. Make a bracelet with the left hand, right hand reaching over. Right? Let's inhale to center. And switching sides. Let's take it to center, open up to those cactus arms. Breathing into the uppermost lobes of our lungs. On an exhale, we'll frame that front foot, straighten that front knee. Okay, you can take both hands to the outside of that front foot. If that works for you. So let's bring both of those hands to the inside of that front foot. We'll flex that front knee, placing that foot flat on the floor, and then we'll open that knee out to the side. Option to take that back leg, bring it onto the side of our back foot, and bring that left arm up to the sky. So on the pinky toe side of both feet, So let's reframe that front foot. We'll tuck that back toe, lift the back knee, and we're in our runner's lunge. So run the balls of our feet. Looking straight ahead if we can. Lunge twist. Shift the weight into that right hand. Take the left hand up to the sky. Let's reframe that front foot. Launch off that back foot to our standing needle. All right, let's take it to our crescent pose. And we'll open up to our wagon wheel. Right hand goes forward, left hand goes back. Let's bring our gaze forward and shift our weight into that front leg as slowly as we can. Hands go wherever you need them for balance. You'll find one side stronger than the other usually for balance. So let's let that back foot meet the front and begin to swing it out. Ooh. And let's begin to slow it down. So since we're standing, we're playing with our arms. Let's bring both arms up to the sky and do a little left brain, right brain kind of tease. So let's let that right hand go forward and left hand go back. And then we'll meet at the bottom. And then we'll let that other hand go forward. And then we'll meet at the top. So we're creating two circles with our arms going in opposite directions. Nice and slow. No swimming. So we could go the opposite direction. So the other hand goes forward. So we're making circles in the opposite direction. Meeting at the top, meeting at the bottom. So next time we're meeting at the top, let's take that right arm forward, left arm back, meet at the bottom, left arm forward, right arm back, and then the opposite. We're going to switch from left to right, right to left. It's not so easy. You got the key is to rotate your rib cage while you're doing it. Nice. So let's come down to a yogi squat. So we like to One of my neighbors, I think he's Vietnamese, he sits like this in his driveway and smokes cigarettes. And he's perfectly comfortable, I guess. Now, if you have a crow in your practice, you can take that here. We squeeze our knees up into our shoulders and shift the weight onto the hands. Try to look forward. No, okay. All right. So let's make our way onto our bum. Oh, and gather those knees in towards our heart. Give ourselves a great big hug. So let's extend that right leg and take our peace fingers around the big toes of our left foot and take that up to the sky, right? So the right hand comes to rest on top of the right thigh. And we have this peace fingers around that big toe reaching up. Now on an exhale, we can bring our nose towards our knee. Inhale it back down to the earth. So we're kind of doing a crunch here. Inhaling back, exhaling forward. Inhaling back. So let's take that left leg, open it up to the left. And we'll take that right hand, open it up to the right. So let's take that left leg straight up and to the air. We'll take that right hand and bring it to the outside of that left leg. That's it. And when you're ready, let's release this side, extending the left leg. Bring the peace fingers around the big toes of that right leg, lift it up to the sky. Left hand rests on top of that left thigh. Now you can do a crunch. Bring our nose up towards that knee, letting out all that air. Inhaling back down to the earth. Exhaling up and forward. Inhaling back. And one more time. Crunching it up. And bring it back down to the earth. Right leg opens to the right. Left hand opens to the left. So let's swing that right leg straight up and down again. And we'll take that left hand to the outside of that right foot. And we'll draw it all the way over to the left. And when you're ready, let's release this pose. Bring our leg all the way down to the earth. Let's flex both knees and place the feet flat on the floor. We're setting it for a bridge pose, right? So your knees are bent, so maybe you could just graze the back of your heels with your fingertips, right? Let's raise our hips towards the sky. Now, if you want, you can interlace your fingers behind your back and walk the shoulder blades in towards each other. That's it. And maybe bend those elbows and push up on the bum. And when you're ready, let's come back down to the earth and we'll meet in a boat pose. You can hold on behind the thighs if you need to. If you want to ramp that up, we could bring those hands beside our legs. Boat to bridge. Let's come back down. Lifting up to our bridge pose. Now from our bridge pose, can we lift one foot up to the sky? There you go. Ooh, wow. That is impressive. Let's bring that foot back down to the earth and take the other foot for a ride. Awesome. Oh my God. You guys are so strong. Let's bring that foot back down to the earth. And we'll meet at another boat pose. This time, let's take our toes down to the earth. Keep the heels elevated. Hands come to the tops of our shins, and we're kind of rocking forward into the leading edge of our sitting bones. So we're lifting our rib cage away from the pelvis. And when you're ready, let's come back down all the way to the mat and take another bridge pose. So lifting the hips up to the sky. Interlace our fingers behind our back. And when you're ready, let's let that bridge pose go. Let both those knees drop over to the right side. You can let that right hand come to rest on the outside of the left thigh. Now left hand opens up towards the left. So we're taking a nice spinal twist here. When you're ready, just go ahead and switch sides. Let the knees come down to all the way to the other side. Left hand comes to rest on the outside of the right thigh. Right hand opens up. And when you're ready, you come out of that pose. We'll take an inversion of your choice. You take sleeping tiger, legs up the wall, shoulder stand, anything that gets our hips, our pelvis above our heart. Right? Now, inversions are usually held 2 or 3 times longer than most yoga asana poses. And the reason is that we're working on gravity to help us with our immune system, specifically the lymphatic system. So when you are ready, let's find our way to our Shavasana. For some folks, this is the hardest thing to do. So let's introduce some movement. Maybe wiggling the fingers and toes. Maybe rock our head from side to side. Maybe roll the thighs from side to side. Next inhale, let's press the palms together, reach them up overhead. Point the toes. Oh, imagine you're as long as could be. On our next, let's gather those knees in towards our heart and give ourselves a great big hug. And we'll all meet in a comfortable seat. Let's bring those prayer hands to heart center. A gentle bow to our head. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through this practice today. I hope the rest of your day is brilliant. Namaste. Beautiful. You guys are fantastic. Thank you.